Good day and welcome to Almujahb Tech Cybersecurity. In our last lesson, we discussed about phishing attack and we mentioned some phishing attack which include phishing, SMS, phishing, email, and so on. In our today lesson, we are going to discuss about detection and prevention of phishing attack. Now that we all know what phishing attack is and we know the types of phishing attack, now how are you going to detect that this is a phishing attack and how are you going to prevent it? First, in order to detect or identify phishing attack, you need to calm down and be very careful, cause a scammer or an attacker can be easily identified. It is just left to you to calm down and watch carefully whenever you receive an SMS or an email instructing you to do some certain things. Before you do whatever that was instructed, you need to do some certain things to identify that this is a phishing attack or this message is coming from the original source. Now, there are some strategies to identify phishing attack, which I will mention some of them. The strategies to identify phishing attack: you have to identify these items that I wanted to mention. First of all, you have to be very cautious with urgent requests. An attacker or a scammer who sent you a phishing attack will prompt you to do something that is very urgent. Imagine, just like they send you an SMS, which is phishing attack, congratulating you that you've won a prize, that you should call the manager, Mr. Alex, to claim your prize. And you didn't pay attention to this because of your greediness. And they said you've won the prize of 10 million naira. For you to claim your prize, you need to call Mr. Alex to direct you on how you're going to claim your prize. Without hesitating, you immediately call the number that was on the phishing attack. Then you started communicating with Mr. Alex, which is a fake manager. He will present himself to you as a manager and try to convince you that actually you won the prize, but there are some certain things you need to do in order to claim the prize, which they might even say you will pay some certain amount, you will supply some certain information. They will request for a token amount that you can easily afford, or you can call a friends to borrow from them. They might just say, for you to claim the price of 10 million naira, you are just to pay the sum of 50,000 or 100,000, not knowing that this is a phishing attack. So you need to pay attention to the urgent requests. Then the second strategy to identify phishing attack is the content and the format. The content of the message that you received, being on your SMS or your mail. Carefully read the contents and carefully look the formats. A scammer at times, they made mistakes in composing their messages. They made some grammatical errors. They format it at times in such a way that if you carefully look at the content, you identify that there are a lot of mistakes. They might be addressing a female with male adjectives. You need to carefully look at the contents and the formatting. You need to identify, is this message coming from the original source? If you are not convinced that this message is coming from the original source, then try and contact the source. If someone is trying to present himself like a legit person to you, like a brother abroad, or someone somewhere seeking for help, before you take any action, try contact your brother, try to contact your family to confirm if the message is truly coming from them. This is where we stop for today, and by God's grace, we will continue in our next lesson on the strategies to identify phishing attack, and now you can prevent yourself from it. If you want Almujahb Tech Cybersecurity to handle your organization and your employee, to create awareness on digital things security, we are available. Just like yesterday, we are grateful to God Almighty. Someone approached us and seek for our assistance in creating cybersecurity awareness for his organization. And we are still expecting, because we all need cybersecurity. Some we thought that those are the misconceptions of cybersecurity. Some will say, I don't have valuable things that a scammer or a threat actor or an hacker can hack. You are lying. You are on social media. Your information, your data are there. A scammer can easily trick you to steal your password, and after stealing your password, they use your accounts to steal from other people's. And if eventually they carried out an assignment that can lead to investigation, the investigation will reveal you and not them. So that is why we all need cybersecurity. This is where we stop for today. Have a nice day and goodbye till we meet again in our next lesson. Almujahb Tech Cybersecurity.